Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a topic that's really far more than just a passing trend. It's a foundational shift happening right before our eyes, profoundly reshaping the landscape of business.
It really is.
Consider this statistic. In just 2 years, 39% of U.S. adults have already used AI. Now, to put that in perspective, the internet only reached, 20% adoption in its first 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, this isn't merely a technological upgrade. It's a monumental, accelerating transformation that demands our attention.
It truly is a remarkable pace of change. And this isn't just confined to consumer apps. We're witnessing a profound reshaping of how businesses operate, innovate, deliver value across every single sector.
Mm.
The speed and scale of adoption are, well, they're unprecedented. It signals a fundamental reevaluation of how work gets done.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to unpack what successful AI integration truly looks like for businesses. We're going to cover the full spectrum, from understanding that initial business case, identifying those critical opportunities, all the way to the advanced implementation of, sophisticated AI agents.
Right.
We've distilled insights from extensive research, countless real-world customer deployments, and the hard-won lessons from some of the leading companies on the planet.
And this deep dive is really for you, whether you're maybe prepping for a critical meeting, trying to catch up on the latest in this rapidly evolving field, or maybe you're just, like us, deeply curious about what's next for AI in the enterprise.
Yeah.
We aim to offer you a shortcut, sort of, to being genuinely well-informed, providing practical examples and actionable takeaways without that overwhelming information overload you might find elsewhere.
That's right. Our insights today, they're drawn from comprehensive guides on building intelligent AI agents, deep lessons gleaned from extensive enterprise AI adoption initiatives, and powerful frameworks for identifying and scaling AI use cases. We've really delved into the entire landscape of this topic, and we're ready to share our key findings.
Okay.
So, with that understanding of the monumental shift underway, let's dive into why businesses are truly leaning into AI right now and what tangible benefits they're actually seeing.
Yeah, it's not just a theoretical promise anymore, is it? The leaders, the companies really out front in AI adoption, they're seeing measurable bottom line results.
Like real numbers.
Real numbers.
Yeah.
We're talking about companies experiencing 1.5 times faster revenue growth,
Wow.
1.6 times higher shareholder returns, and a remarkable 1.4 times better return on invested capital compared to their, less advanced peers.
Those aren't small margins.
No, not at all. These are significant, quantifiable competitive advantages. They're transforming entire industries.
So these aren't just like incremental gains, they sound truly transformative. Beyond the numbers, what's the underlying shift? What allows these leaders to achieve such, disproportionate returns so quickly? Is it just efficiency or is it something more fundamental?
Well, what's fascinating here is that these benefits, they're not confined to just one area. AI delivers value on three distinct yet interconnected fronts that fundamentally change how an organization functions.
Okay, three fronts.
First, there's workforce performance. This is all about helping people deliver higher quality outputs in shorter timeframes. Imagine your team, right, augmented with an AI assistant, becoming not just more efficient, but actually more precise and capable in their daily tasks. It elevates the quality of their contributions.
So it's really about enhancement, like giving everyone a kind of superpower. But what are the biggest challenges companies face in getting their workforce to embrace AI as that superpower instead of, seeing it as a threat?
That's a great question. A critical challenge is often mindset and, frankly, perceived job security.
Mm-hmm.
Overcoming that requires really clear communication about AI as an augmentation tool, not a replacement.
Right.
Training, demonstrating quick wins, and leadership really embracing experimental culture, those things are vital.
Okay, so workforce performance is one. What's the second front?
Second, AI excels at automating routine operations. This is about freeing people from those repetitive, often tedious tasks so they can focus their valuable time and energy on higher value work. The strategic, the creative, or the deeply human aspects of their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the, mind-numbing data entry, manual report generation, or basic customer query handling that AI can simply take off your plate.
The ultimate anti-to-do list. I mean, who doesn't have items on their list that just drain their energy? It truly is about shifting from just doing to enabling.
Exactly.
Does this mindset also change how individuals approach their career growth or skill development within the company? Beyond just clearing the plate.
Oh, absolutely. When that drudgery is removed, employees can and often want to upskill into more analytical, creative, or strategic roles, they find greater job satisfaction and they contribute more significantly. It opens up possibilities.
Okay. And the third front.
And third, AI is incredibly powerful at powering products. By this, we mean delivering more relevant and responsive customer experiences. AI can personalize interactions, predict needs, provide instant, accurate support. It makes your products and services more intuitive, more engaging, and ultimately more indispensable for your users.
That feels like a new paradigm, doesn't it? It's not just deploying another piece of software. What does that different way of thinking actually mean for a business leader? Is it about managing uncertainty differently, or maybe embracing a more sort of probabilistic approach over rigid rules?
It really entails a significant shift. Leveraging AI successfully requires treating it as a new paradigm altogether, one where, look, perfection isn't the initial goal. This fosters an experimental mindset and encourages an iterative approach. That's crucial for faster value realization and for gaining that vital user buy-in. It's about constantly learning, adapting, releasing maybe minimum viable products, getting feedback, and refining, not aiming for some grand, perfect, one-time rollout.
Right.
Leaders need to manage uncertainty by setting clear guardrails for experimentation, allowing teams to explore AI's capabilities without the fear of catastrophic errors. It's definitely a move away from purely deterministic rule-based thinking to embracing the probabilistic nature of these large language models. That requires a certain comfort with dynamic evolving systems.
This brings us to a crucial point, one that's often overlooked, the compounding effect. The
Mhm.
sooner companies start on this journey, the more that value compounds. It's like an investment that grows exponentially through continuous iteration and refinement, right?
Exactly. Every little improvement builds on the last, accelerating progress in ways you might not even expect.
So the question then becomes, how do you identify those high-impact opportunities? What's the starting point for a business that's ready to make this leap?
Yeah, this raises that important question. Where do you even begin to look for these opportunities within your own organization? We find it helpful to frame AI as a kind of super assistant.
The super assistant.
Yeah, imagine an unflagging, always available helper that augments employee skills across almost any task. It's constantly available to take on cognitive load. It's not about a single AI tool. It's about a pervasive capability that assists at every turn across every department.
A super assistant. It sounds a bit like science fiction, but it's very much a reality that businesses are deploying now. So where can this super assistant make the biggest, most immediate impact in a workplace?
We've identified three key areas where AI truly excels and can deliver significant measurable impact pretty quickly. The first is tackling repetitive low-value tasks. Every job, doesn't matter how high-leveled or creative, has these tedious manual tasks that pull people away from more strategic, fulfilling work. These are the things that slow productivity, introduce human error, and frankly, can be quite frustrating, leading to burnout.
Like summarizing endless meeting notes, or digging for trends in massive spreadsheets, or drafting product requirements documents from scratch. Or, let's be honest, answering the same 5 customer questions over and over again. The kind of work we all wish we didn't have to do.
Precisely. Those are all jobs AI can take on, automating the extraction, the synthesis, or the generation of information. Claire Vaux, she's the chief product officer at LaunchDarkly, has even created what she calls an anti-to-do list.
An anti-to-do list, I love that.
Yeah. She uses AI to handle tasks like monitoring KPIs, tracking competitors, sharing customer stories. She asks herself, every time I do something I find annoying, I ask myself, how can I not have to do this again? That mindset, constantly seeking to offload the mundane, that's key to finding these high-impact AI opportunities.
I really resonate with that anti-to-do list concept. It's about shifting from doing to enabling. What's the second area of impact?
The second area is addressing skill bottlenecks. Work often grinds to a halt when employees reach the limits of their expertise and need input or help from other departments or specialized experts.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Creates dependencies, delays.
Exactly. It creates dependencies, delays progress across the whole organization, and it can be a source of frustration for both the person needing help and the busy expert.
So AI can bridge those gaps, like allowing someone who isn't a coder to build a script or a product manager to create an interactive prototype without waiting for a design team. That's really about empowering everyone to achieve more, isn't it?
Exactly. AI helps employees expand their skill sets, whether it's data analysis, coding, visualization, even legal research, without having to wait for additional support. This frees up expert teams from those lower-value cross-functional tasks, and everyone else learns to communicate more effectively, essentially speaking their language through AI. It sort of democratizes skills that were once siloed, accelerating project completion and fostering a more agile workforce.
That's truly empowering. Okay, and the third area where AI can act as a super assistant.
The third is navigating ambiguity. Knowledge work, by its very nature, often involves these open-ended challenges where the path forward isn't clear. Employees might struggle to get started, feel blocked by incomplete information, or simply lack enough data to make an informed decision. Projects stall. Here, AI acts as a catalyst. It helps generate ideas, analyze complex, disparate data, and propose next steps even when the initial direction is uncertain.
So it's like a brainstorming partner, an instant analyst, a navigator in the fog of a complex problem. I can picture marketing teams brainstorming campaign ideas using voice mode in ChatGPT, or analyzing trends from mountains of customer feedback, or finding quick insights in raw data sets that would take a human hours to sift through.
That's a perfect illustration. Andrea Ellis, the CFO of Fanatics Betting and Gaming, she detailed how they formed an AI automation task force with this exact guiding principle. They asked all their finance team members to list processes they felt could benefit from AI, basically, creating their own anti-to-do lists and flagging areas of ambiguity or skill bottlenecks.
Ah, crowdsourcing the pain points.
Exactly. Then they used that collective input to create a roadmap of projects to explore. This is a very grassroots approach to identifying high-impact AI opportunities, ensuring solutions are built for real pain points.
That's a concrete and actionable way to start. So for you, our listeners, here's a practical step you can take right now. Ask your teams. Ask them to list scenarios and tasks where they struggle to get started, spend a lot of time on manual repetitive work that isn't the best use of their time, their anti-to-do list, or hit those skill bottlenecks waiting for another team. Use these lists to source possible spaces for new AI use cases. And here's a pro tip. You can even prompt ChatGPT directly for role-specific use cases. Just ask it, I am your role at your company. We recently implemented ChatGPT at our organization. What are the best use cases for my role? The answers might surprise you with their relevance.
Yeah, definitely worth trying. So once you've equipped your teams with that framework for identifying opportunities, the next logical step is to teach them the fundamental ways they can actually leverage AI. We've analyzed, I think it was over 600 use cases sourced from various customers across industries.
Wow, 600.
Yeah, and what's consistently fascinating is that most of them fall into one of 6 core categories, or as we call them, primitives. These 6 use case primitives provide a really fast track to scalable value across every department and discipline. They provide a common language for applying AI.
6 primitives. Okay, so these are like the fundamental building blocks, the core actions that AI is incredibly good at, which can then be combined and applied in countless ways across an enterprise.
Exactly.
Let's dive into each one. What's the first primitive?
The first is content creation. AI is incredibly adept at supporting content creation across all teams. It's fundamentally changing how content is produced and refined. This ranges from summarizing lengthy sales calls to generating first drafts of complex strategy documents, engaging blog posts, detailed web pages, even compelling images and visualizations. Teams are leveraging AI not just for creation, but also to edit, polish, and perform last-minute proofreading, ensuring consistency and quality at scale.
So it can maintain a specific brand of voice and style, and handle translation while adapting for different cultural nuances. That sounds like a massive time saver and a brand consistency enforcer.
Oh, absolutely. AI can be trained to automatically write in your company's specific style, apply your precise tone of voice guidelines, follow preferred document structures, or even provide sophisticated feedback on existing writing, suggesting improvements for clarity or impact.
That's impressive.
It can seamlessly translate content into different languages or repurpose it for various audiences and channels with remarkable speed. For instance, marketing departments. They can generate entire campaign strategies, compelling headlines, full email campaigns in minutes. Finance teams can draft dense policy documents or technical accounting memos ready for expert review.
Right.
Product teams can churn out detailed product requirements, documents, or customer-facing release notes with unprecedented speed. Sales teams can generate personalized account plans or highly effective follow-up emails, freeing up their time for actual client interaction.
That's genuinely incredible for accelerating workflows. I remember Promega, the life sciences company, they had a particularly compelling story in this area, didn't it?
They did, yeah. Promega saved an impressive 135 hours in their first 6 months. just using ChatGPT Enterprise for first draft email campaigns alone.
135 hours just on emails.
Just on emails.
Yeah.
They also leverage it to generate concise campaign briefs from verbose message documents and to rapidly translate copy for paid ads across different markets.
Hmm.
Carrie Siegenthaler, a marketing strategist there, she noted, the time we get back can be invested into the content generation that improves the email experience. I don't know the last time I wrote a marketing email without using this GPT. That really speaks to the profound integration into daily creative workflows.
That's a powerful endorsement. It shows how it frees up that crucial human strategic thinking. Okay, what's the second primitive?
The second primitive is research. AI is widely used for research across all industries, dramatically accelerating the information gathering and synthesis process. This can be for quick learning about new concepts, conducting rapid web searches for relevant articles or competitive data, or engaging in far more comprehensive multi-step research projects that scan hundreds of online sources for disparate data points and deep insights.
Mm-hmm.
You can also upload long internal documents like quarterly reports or internal knowledge bases and get quick insights without manually sifting through them.
And it's not just about finding information, but structuring it and analyzing it too, right? Like you can tell it, give me the analysis in a detailed table or clear bullet points or even cross-referenced with sources.
Exactly. That's a major advantage, the ability to specify the output format. It ensures the research delivered is immediately useful and actionable. Sales and marketing teams can swiftly investigate new industries, understand complex competitor landscapes, research audience demographics. Finance pros can search for industry benchmarks or identify potential M&A targets. Product teams can quickly size new markets or analyze vast amounts of user feedback to pinpoint emerging trends. Software engineers can review intricate API endpoints and documentation, getting up to speed much faster. And what's truly exciting now is the introduction of deep research in advanced AI models.
Deep research.
Yeah, it's an agentic capability. It conducts multi-step internet research independently, synthesizing hundreds of sources into comprehensive, often PhD-level reports.
Yeah.
It saves countless hours of manual effort.
PhD-level reports in minutes. That's a definite game changer for anyone in knowledge work, from academics to competitive intelligence analysts. Okay, on to number 3, coding.
Yeah, coding is a massive area for AI. It's revolutionizing software development and, importantly, democratizing programming skills. Many software engineers are now power users, leveraging AI for debugging complex code, generating first draft code in unfamiliar or niche languages, assisting with code porting between systems, and even rubber ducking their code, essentially. Using AI as an intelligent sounding board to talk through logic and identify potential issues. AI's capabilities in math, science, and coding have dramatically improved, with many tools now offering real-time code previews and suggestions.
And this isn't just for the seasoned software engineers, right? It sounds profoundly empowering for non-coders, too, breaking down a pretty significant skill barrier.
Oh, absolutely. We're increasingly seeing professionals in marketing, finance, just by using natural language, build sophisticated Python scripts to automate internal processes, create complex SQL queries to retrieve specific data from databases, or even generate custom visualizations with front-end code for presentation.
Wow.
This means they no longer need to rely solely on dedicated development teams for many data and automation tasks. Tinder's engineering team, for example, uses ChatGPT to generate first draft syntax when working with non-intuitive languages like Bash scripts. It significantly improves their coding efficiency.
Makes sense.
Chris Fuller, a staff software engineer at Tinder, he noted, there were tasks in Jira that used to get deprioritized because they felt like a chore. Now I wind up taking them on because I know it's going to be easier to tackle with ChatGPT at my side. This shift frees up engineers for more complex, creative work.
That's a huge boost for overall team productivity and morale, I bet.
Okay, what's the fourth primitive?
Number 4 is data analysis. AI helps anyone harmonize disparate data from different sources, identify critical insights and hidden trends from complex spreadsheets, and even interpret visual charts and dashboards, all without requiring advanced Excel, SQL, or Python skills. This truly democratizes data insights across an organization.
So it's making sophisticated data analysis accessible to everyone, not just the data scientists. You can literally give it multiple spreadsheets, even dashboard screenshots, and it can make sense of it all. Precisely. It can interpret numerical data, understand visual charts, and then format your output for reporting or further analysis. Marketing teams can visualize webinar attendance data in novel ways or summarize key findings from dashboard screenshots to identify campaign performance.
Okay.
Product teams can analyze vast amounts of social media feedback or CRM data to pinpoint new opportunities for product features. Sales teams can review massive account lists to find strong leads based on complex criteria.
Yeah.
Finance departments can rapidly analyze expense data or harmonize data from disparate spreadsheets, which previously took hours of manual work.
Right.
Poshmark, the fashion marketplace, they use ChatGPT to generate Python code to reconcile millions of spreadsheet rows for business performance analysis. It saved them hours weekly and generated accurate, executive-ready reports. Rodrigo Brumana, their CFO, stated, "We've dramatically reduced manual work and improved speed, accuracy, communication, and insights. I'm seeing an elevation of everyone's job."
That's the dream, isn't it? Elevating the human role by automating the rote, manual data crunching. Okay, number 5, ideation and strategy.
Yeah, this is a widely popular primitive across all teams because it taps into AI's generative power for that high-level thinking. AI is used for brainstorming a new blog post topic, structuring a complex document like a business plan, troubleshooting a strategic challenge by exploring various scenarios, or giving feedback on existing work based on key goals or stakeholder preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And with the advent of multimodal AI, teams are increasingly using voice and vision to interact with AI just as they would with a human colleague, making that brainstorming process even more intuitive.
So it's not just a text generator, but a true thinking partner. It can take into account multiple data points, company goals, operational constraints, dependencies, and help build comprehensive strategic plans.
Exactly. Marketing teams brainstorm campaign ideas or get critical feedback on their briefs, ensuring they align with brand objectives. Finance can use AI to build detailed market expansion plans, assessing risks and opportunities. Product teams can build robust launch plans that reflect all dependencies and potential risks, anticipating challenges. Sales teams can even practice pitches using voice mode, getting real-time feedback on their delivery and content.
Practicing pitches with AI, that's smart.
Yeah, Match Group, the online dating leader, they're experimenting with advanced AI models, multimodal capabilities to simulate focus groups. They upload wireframes and have the AI mimic specific user personas to get product usability feedback and generate new design ideas without the usual significant cost and delay of traditional focus groups.
That's incredibly innovative. It really transforms how market research and product design can be done. Okay, finally, the 6th primitive, automations.
Right, automations. This involves designing AI to take over repeatable, routine tasks. It moves beyond simple content generation to executing multi-step workflows. This can be as simple as generating weekly competitive updates or as complex as creating a comprehensive finance report for executive briefings ready for human review and sign-off. Memory and custom instructions, often configured within what are known as custom GPTs, are really key here.
Okay, can you elaborate a bit on what custom GPTs are? How do they enable these automations?
Certainly. Memory and custom instructions are vital. Think of custom GPTs as your own tailored versions of the AI model. You essentially train them with specific knowledge, maybe a particular tone of voice, a set of rules, or access to certain tools,
Okay.
so they can consistently perform very specific, often multi-step tasks for your team without needing constant reprompting or reminding. This allows you to offload those lower-value tasks reliably and at scale. By standardizing instructions and specifying the output, teams can offload a wide range of tasks, turning AI into a reliable digital assistant for the entire company.
So it's about setting up AI to just do things on a regular automated basis, following specific rules you've given it, much like you'd train an employee on a routine task.
Precisely that. Marketing can create standard performance reports or generate Slack update summaries from meeting notes without manual intervention. Product teams can build launch update summarizers or share weekly customer insights without sifting through data. Finance can transform weekly financial data into executive overviews with automated alerts for anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
Even IT departments can upload software architecture screenshots and ask the AI to analyze and summarize key dependencies. BBVA, for example, automates parts of their credit analysis work with a specific Credit Analysis Pro GPT by pulling unstructured data from various sources like annual reports and press releases. It saves significant time and improves accuracy.
That's a fantastic overview of the primitives, really shows the breadth of AI's application. So for our listeners, here's another practical step you can take. Teach your teams these fundamental primitives. Run hackathons or company-wide competitions to brainstorm ideas and source the most impactful use cases tailored to your specific organizational needs.
Yeah, good idea.
And critically, make sure you set up a centralized place, maybe a shared spreadsheet or a dedicated Slack channel to collect all the use cases your teams come up with. This creates a pipeline of opportunities.
And to make that process repeatable and truly systematic, maybe consider the approach from Estee Lauder Corporation's GPT Lab. They've built a really robust 5-step development process for high-impact use cases. It brings together cross-discipline teams, a business user, a subject matter expert, and a technical lead. This ensures the AI solutions developed are both technically sound and deeply aligned with actual business needs.
That sounds like a rigorous yet effective approach. Let's quickly unpack this 5-step process. First up, design.
Right. The business user defines the precise purpose, scope, and target audience for the AI in a concise 2-page brief. This initial step is all about clearly articulating the why. What problem are we trying to solve and for whom? Getting that clarity up front is foundational to success.
Okay, makes sense. Then prepare.
Here, the subject matter expert, the person deeply familiar with the domain, gathers and curates all the relevant data and knowledge. They ensure the use case is grounded in accurate, high-quality information and best practices. This might involve compiling internal documents, data sets, or operational procedures.
Got it. Next, build and test.
Now, the tech lead, working closely with the business user and the SME, builds the actual custom GPT. They integrate the necessary data sets and rigorously test it for accuracy, consistency, and alignment with that defined purpose. This involves a lot of iterative refinement based on the test results.
Followed by launch.
Once it's thoroughly tested and validated, the full team deploys the custom GPT. And importantly, they create a clear user guide, ensuring a smooth and successful adoption by the end users. This includes communicating its capabilities and, crucially, its limitations.
And finally, the 5th step, pivot and scale.
Yeah, this is the continuous improvement phase. The team actively uses feedback loops from users and performance monitoring to iterate and optimize the GPT based on its real-world performance. Germaine Paik, Director of ChatGPT Enterprise Adoption at Estee Lauder, she emphasizes the importance of asking the right questions up front. Why do we want to build this GPT? What is the problem that we're trying to solve? What impact will it have? It's a very structured approach designed to ensure tangible value and sustained optimization.
That brings us to a crucial point. Once you've identified all these amazing use cases, maybe even built a few prototypes, they tend to multiply quickly, right? The challenge then shifts from just discovery to strategic prioritization. How do you decide which ones to pursue first? Which can you scale rapidly? Which promise immediate cost efficiencies? And which might lead to an entirely new product or revenue stream?
This is a really common challenge, and it raises that important question. How do you choose when the opportunities seem endless? Our customer success teams often use a powerful and practical tool called the impact effort framework.
Impact effort, okay.
It's a simple, quadrant-based prioritization method. It scores each potential AI use case against 2 axes: its potential value or impact to the company, and the degree of effort it requires to implement.
So a straightforward quadrant, 4 zones. Let's start with the ideal zone, the one everyone wants. High ROI focus. What kind of projects fall into this category?
These are your quick wins, the low-hanging fruit, basically. They have a strong, measurable impact, but require relatively low effort to implement. They're often the best place to start because they build immediate momentum, demonstrate tangible value quickly, and foster that early user buy-in.
Makes sense. Like an example.
Well, Tinder created a custom GPT to democratize access to their command line interface. That empowered their entire product team to prototype, test, and debug without needing to write code themselves. That's high impact for their team with relatively low initial effort for deployment. It unlocked widespread productivity gains.
That's a brilliant way to empower a broad team without deep technical knowledge. Okay, what about the self-service quadrant? This sounds like more individual adoption.
Yeah, these are typically the lowest effort projects, often spun up by a single user or maybe a small team for their own personal or localized assistance on a given task. Now, while they might have low company-wide value initially, many start as individual solutions but can become valuable across teams as others see their utility and adopt them.
Ah, okay.
For example, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley quickly adopted AI as super assistants to summarize complex market analyses and generate personalized research reports for their individual clients. That greatly enhanced their efficiency without needing a large-scale IT deployment right away.
And then we have the big bets, right? The potentially transformative initiatives, high value, high effort.
Right. These are often the truly transformational use cases. Think like Moderna's highly specialized Dose GPT or Klarna's sophisticated customer service assistant that handles millions of interactions. They typically require more time, significant planning, and substantial resources to build and deploy effectively.
Hmm.
Many teams wisely start with those quick wins and self-service solutions we just discussed. Build momentum, build internal expertise. That early success then provides the inspiration and, frankly, the justification for investing in these higher value, higher effort projects. Indeed's advanced job matching engine, which we'll talk about more later, is another prime example here. It took months of rigorous testing and development, but resulted in that 20% increase in job applications and 13% uplift in downstream success for job seekers. The payoff is demonstrably worth the effort in those cases.
And finally, the last quadrant, high effort, low impact. What do you advise businesses to do with those ideas?
Yeah, these can usually be safely put aside, at least for now. The projected effort significantly outweighs the current potential impact, making them poor candidates for investment at this time. However, it's crucial to be open to reevaluating them down the line.
Why is that?
Well, as AI capabilities continue to advance rapidly, what's considered high effort today might become surprisingly low effort in the future. Or new insights might reveal hidden value you didn't see before. An example might be building a custom AI assistant just to generate web forms from scratch, especially if your team already uses a reliable, integrated, off-the-shelf tool for that exact purpose. There's little value in reinventing the wheel there right now.
This framework makes so much sense for strategic deployment. So for you, our listeners, here's another practical step. Promote this prioritization framework company-wide. Encourage your employees to use it in team meetings to identify and evaluate the best ideas. It fosters a common language for discussing AI opportunities. For those high-value, high-effort cases, maybe consider deploying custom GPTs as you scope the larger, more complex work required. It allows for that iterative development. Crucially, ensure your leaders champion use cases that make an impact on whole departments, because top-down support and strategic alignment are key hallmarks of successful enterprise-wide AI deployments. And remember to reevaluate the scoring maybe each quarter, because as AI capabilities advance, what's high effort today might become surprisingly low effort tomorrow.
Good advice.
Now, once you've identified these compelling opportunities and prioritized them, the next challenge is building the engine that powers them. Intelligent agents. These aren't just simple chatbots that respond to a single query. They're fundamentally different in their ability to act autonomously. So just to clarify for our listeners, what exactly is an agent in the context of AI?
Yeah, that's a great clarification. At its core, an agent is a system that independently accomplishes tasks on your behalf. Often, it manages a multi-step workflow from start to finish. Think of a workflow as that sequence of steps needed to achieve a user's goal, whether it's resolving a complex customer service issue, booking a detailed reservation, or generating a comprehensive financial report.
Okay.
Now, applications that integrate large language models, or LLMs, the core AI brains we're discussing, but don't use them to control workflow execution, like simple chatbots that just answer single questions, or LLMs providing one-off summaries. Those are not agents. The key differentiator is autonomy in action.
So an agent can actually make decisions, orchestrate multiple steps, and manage the whole process from initiation to completion.
Precisely. An agent possesses two core characteristics that define its intelligence and autonomy. First, it leverages an LLM to manage workflow execution and make dynamic decisions. This means it can recognize when a workflow is complete, proactively correct its actions if an error occurs, and crucially, in case of unrecoverable failure, it can halt execution and gracefully transfer control back to a human user.
Okay.
Second, it has access to various tools to interact with external systems, both to gather context and to take actions, and it dynamically selects the appropriate tools depending on the workflow's current state, always operating within clearly defined guardrails that you set.
That's a really important distinction. It's not just responding, it's acting and orchestrating. Can you give us an analogy to maybe make that clearer for our listeners?
Sure, certainly. Consider payment fraud analysis. A traditional rule-based system works like a rigid checklist, right? If a transaction meets specific, preset criteria, like spending over $6 in country Y, it gets flagged. If a rule isn't met, it passes. Simple. In contrast, an LLM agent functions more like a seasoned investigator. It evaluates context, considers subtle, often unstructured patterns, and can identify suspicious activity even when clear-cut, pre-programmed rules aren't explicitly violated. This nuanced reasoning capability, combined with its ability to access tools to gather more information or take action, is what allows agents to manage complex, ambiguous situations effectively.
That analogy of an investigator really clarifies it. So, given this advanced capability, when should a business really commit to building an agent? What are the specific scenarios where a traditional rule-based system or a simpler AI solution just won't cut it?
You should prioritize workflows that have previously resisted traditional automation, especially where rule-based approaches fall short or just become unmanageable. We look for three key criteria that indicate an agent is likely the right solution.
Okay, three criteria.
First, complex decision-making. These were workflows involving nuanced judgment, frequent exceptions, or highly context-sensitive decisions where a simple if-then logic just isn't sufficient. A good example is nuanced refund approval in customer service, where the decision depends on multiple variables, customer history, policy interpretation. It's not black and white.
Makes sense. Where the path isn't always linear or entirely predictable, what's the second criterion?
Second, difficult to maintain rules. These are existing systems that have become really unwieldy due to extensive and intricately interwoven rule sets. It makes updates costly, time-consuming, or prone to errors. Think about something like performing complex vendor security reviews where regulatory requirements and vendor data constantly shift. Maintaining a static rule base manually becomes incredibly hard. An agent can adapt more dynamically.
Gotcha. And the third essential criterion?
The third is heavy reliance on unstructured data. These are scenarios that primarily involve interpreting natural language, extracting meaning from diverse documents, like contracts, emails, reports, or interacting with users conversationally in an open-ended way. Processing a home insurance claim, for example, involves a lot of unstructured text from incident reports, policy documents, customer communications. It requires nuanced understanding and synthesis that agents excel at.
Okay.
Before committing to an agent, it's really crucial to validate that your use case clearly meets these criteria. Otherwise, a simpler deterministic solution might suffice and save you development effort.
Right, good point. So if you are going to build one, what are the foundational components? What are we actually putting together behind the scenes?
Okay, in its most fundamental form, an intelligent agent consists of three core interconnected components that enable its functionality. First, the model. This is the large language model, LLM, that powers the agent's reasoning, understanding, and decision-making capabilities. It's the brain of the agent, so to speak.
And you mentioned earlier that not every task needs the smartest or most powerful model, right? There's a strategic approach to selecting the right one for efficiency and cost.
Exactly. Different LLMs have distinct strengths and trade-offs: complexity, latency response, operational cost. A simple retrieval or intent classification task might be handled very efficiently by a smaller, faster, cheaper model, while a harder, more nuanced task, like deciding on that complex refund, benefits significantly from a more capable, sophisticated model.
So how do you approach that?
A good development approach is to initially prototype with the most capable model available. That establishes a performance baseline for your use case. Then, once you've proven the concept works, you can experiment by swapping in smaller, more cost-effective models to optimize for cost and latency, provided they still achieve acceptable results for your needs.
Okay.
The principles are pretty simple. First, set up rigorous evaluations for a baseline. Second, focus intently on accuracy for your core task. And only then, third, optimize for cost and latency.
That makes perfect sense. The second component is tools. These sound crucial for an agent to actually do things beyond just thinking or talking.
Oh, tools are absolutely essential. They are external functions or APIs that extend your agent's capabilities, allowing it to interact with the outside world and perform actions. They let the agent tap into underlying applications or systems, whether they're modern cloud services or, legacy systems.
Even legacy systems without APIs.
Yeah, for legacy systems without direct APIs, agents can even rely on what are called computer use models. Essentially, the AI is trained to see and click on a web page or within a desktop application, just like a human would. This allows it to interact with older systems that don't have direct programmatic connections.
Wow. So these tools are really how the agent takes concrete action in the real world, connecting its intelligence to tangible outcomes.
Precisely. And each tool should have a standardized, well-documented, and thoroughly tested definition. This improves discoverability for the agent and prevents redundancy. Broadly, agents need three types of tools to perform their functions.
Okay, three types of tools.
Data tools enable agents to retrieve context and information. Think querying transaction databases, CRMs, reading PDFs, or searching the web for real-time information. Action tools enable agents to interact with systems to take concrete actions, like sending emails, updating CRM records, creating new tickets, or handing off a customer service ticket to a human.
Right.
And what's truly fascinating, and gets to more advanced setups, is that orchestration tools are actually agents themselves. They serve as specialized tools for other higher-level agents. Think of a dedicated refund agent, or a research agent, or a writing agent that another primary agent can call upon as part of a larger, more complex workflow.
Agents calling other agents as tools, that's definitely getting sophisticated. Which brings us nicely to the third core component, instructions. I imagine clear instructions are absolutely paramount for an autonomous system like this.
High-quality instructions are absolute critical. They are the agent's guide rails, essentially. Clear, precise instructions reduce ambiguity, significantly improve the agent's decision-making, which leads to smoother workflow execution, fewer errors, and much more predictable outcomes.
So what are the best practices there?
Well, using existing validated documents helps a lot. Things like detailed operating procedures, support scripts, or policy documents can be used to create LLM-friendly routines. It's also incredibly important to prompt agents to break down complex tasks into smaller, clearer sequential steps. This minimizes ambiguity and ensures each subtask is manageable.
So, like giving it a really detailed step-by-step checklist rather than just a general goal.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
And defining clear, unambiguous actions for each step. Every step should correspond to a specific, observable action or output, like explicitly instructing the agent to ask for the order number or call the customer API to retrieve purchase history. Being explicit about the action, even the precise wording of user-facing messages, leaves less room for errors or misinterpretations by the LLM. And crucially, you need to capture edge cases. Real-world interactions are messy. They're unpredictable. So a robust routine anticipates variations and includes conditional steps for incomplete information, unexpected questions, or deviations from the norm. And actually, advanced models are even emerging that can automatically generate these detailed instructions from existing unstructured documents, which saves a lot of manual effort in that instruction crafting phase.
That's incredible, generating instructions from existing documents. Wow. Okay, so with these foundational components in place, model, tools, instructions, we need to talk about orchestration patterns. This is how you manage the complexity when your AI solutions become more sophisticated, isn't it?
Exactly. While it's tempting sometimes to jump straight to a fully autonomous, complex agent handling everything, greater success and faster value realization are typically achieved with a more incremental approach. Orchestration patterns generally fall into two broad categories: single-agent systems and multi-agent systems. Deciding when and how to transition between these is really key to scalable AI deployment.
Let's start with single agent systems then. When is one agent enough to handle a task or workflow effectively?
Well, a single agent can handle a surprisingly large number of tasks by incrementally adding more tools and refining its instructions. This approach keeps complexity manageable, it simplifies evaluation, and it streamlines maintenance, as you only have one core system to monitor. Each new tool expands its capabilities without forcing you to prematurely orchestrate multiple agents.
How does it work technically?
The core mechanism usually involves a run loop, where the agent processes information and takes actions repeatedly until an exit condition is met, like a final output being produced, hitting an error state, or reaching a maximum number of turns. A key strategy for managing complexity within a single agent is using prompt templates. Instead of needing numerous individual, distinct prompts for various use cases, you use a single flexible base prompt that accepts policy variables. This allows it to adapt easily to various contexts and simplifies overall maintenance and updates.
So the recommendation is generally start small, scale up by adding capabilities. When do you know it's truly time to consider moving to a multi-agent system when a single agent just won't cut it anymore?
Yeah, our general recommendation is definitely maximize a single agent's capabilities first. You really consider multi-agent systems when your single agents consistently fail to follow increasingly complex instructions, or maybe they start making incorrect tool selections frequently. That indicates the cognitive load might be too high for one LLM to handle effectively.
Are there specific guidelines?
Yeah, some practical guidelines for splitting agents include facing complex logic, like when your prompts contain many nested conditional statements, or your single prompt templates become extremely difficult to understand and scale, or encountering tool overload. This isn't just about the sheer number of tools, but their similarity or functional overlap. If improving tool clarity and descriptions doesn't improve performance, it's a strong sign you might need specialized agents.
Okay, so once you decide to go multi-agent, acknowledging that complexity, What are the main architectural patterns you see emerging from real-world deployments?
While multi-agent systems can be designed in numerous ways, we've observed two broadly applicable categories emerge from customer experience that offer distinct advantages depending on the workflow. The first is the manager pattern. This is where specialized agents serve as tools that a central manager agent calls upon.
So, like a primary overarching agent delegates specific tasks to specialized sub-agents, kind of like a conductor leading an orchestra.
Precisely. A central manager agent coordinates multiple specialized agents via tool calls, each handling a specific task or domain expertise. The manager intelligently delegates tasks to the right agent at the right time, then synthesizes the results from the sub-agents before presenting a final output or action. This pattern is ideal for workflows where you want one central agent to maintain control over the overall workflow execution and user interaction.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think of a translation manager agent. It receives a document, then delegates sections to specialized Spanish, French, and Italian translation agents. Finally, it synthesizes their outputs into a single, cohesive, multilingual document.
Okay, that makes sense. And the other main category for multi-agent systems?
The second is the decentralized pattern. Here, agents hand off tasks to one another. They operate more as peers, directly transferring workflow execution and user interaction to one another based on their specific specializations.
So one agent fully hands off to another, and the first agent is no longer involved in that specific interaction, like a relay race for tasks.
Correct. This is optimal when you don't need a single agent maintaining central control or synthesis throughout the entire process. It allows specialized agents to fully take over execution and interact directly with the user as needed, providing a more focused and immediate experience.
Like in customer service.
Yeah, a common example is a customer service triage agent. It assesses customer queries and then, based on the nature of the inquiry, hands off seamlessly to a dedicated technical support agent, or a sales assistant agent, or an order management agent. The initial triage agent doesn't need to stay involved. The next specialized agent takes full control of the interaction. And these systems can be designed in different ways declaratively, defining workflows up front, or through more flexible code-first approaches that allow dynamic, on-the-fly orchestration.
That's a truly detailed exploration of building intelligent agents. Fantastic. Now let's talk about the real-world application. We've got 7 crucial lessons from leading companies that are successfully adopting enterprise AI. And what's key here is that while the specific use cases might vary widely across industries, these fundamental lessons apply almost universally.
Indeed, they do. The common thread across these successful deployments is really an open experimental mindset, but one that's backed by rigorous evaluations, clear strategic alignment, and robust safety guardrails. The companies truly seeing success aren't just rushing to inject AI models everywhere. They're strategically identifying those high-return, often lower-effort use cases first, learning as they iterate, and then expanding methodically.
Okay, let's unpack the first lesson. Start with evils. Evils meaning evaluation. Why is this so critically important before, during, and after deploying AI?
Oh, evils are absolutely non-negotiable for building trust and ensuring performance. They are rigorous, structured processes for measuring how your AI models perform against your specific use case benchmarks and desired outcomes. This is crucial for continuous improvement, for establishing a performance baseline, and for building internal confidence in the AI's reliability. Take Morgan Stanley, a global leader in financial services. It's very much a relationship business built on trust and personalized advice, right? So there were understandable questions about how AI could add tangible value to such deeply personal and sensitive client work.
Right. So how did they approach integrating AI responsibly while maintaining that crucial trust?
Well, they conducted intensive, multifaceted evaluations for every single proposed AI application before integrating it into their advisor workflow. They started with 3 types of model evils, designed specifically to make their financial advisors significantly more efficient without compromising accuracy or client relationships.
Okay, what were they?
First, language translation. They meticulously measured the accuracy and quality of AI-generated translations for their global operations. Second, summarization. They rigorously evaluated how a model condenses vast amounts of information based on agreed-upon metrics for accuracy, relevance, coherence. And third, they used human trainers, their own expert financial advisors, who compared AI results to responses from human expert advisors, grading for accuracy, tone, relevance, really putting it through its bases.
And what were the real-world results of these meticulous evaluations and careful rollouts? Did it pay off?
Oh, definitely. These intensive evils gave Morgan Stanley the confidence to roll out use cases into production at scale. Today, an astonishing 98% of their financial advisors use OpenAI daily as a core part of their workflow.
98%.
Yes. Access to critical internal documents, which used to be a time-consuming manual search, jumped from 20% to 80%, dramatically reduced search time. Advisors now spend more time on high-value client relationships, engaging in deeper conversations thanks to task automation and faster, more accurate insights. The feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Follow-ups that used to take days now happen within hours, leading to more proactive and engaged client service.
That's a powerful endorsement for structured, preemptive evaluation. It really showcases how AI can enhance human expertise when done right. Okay, lesson 2, embed AI into products. This sounds like making AI a seamless, almost invisible part of the user experience.
Exactly. The goal here is to create genuinely new customer experiences that feel more human, more relevant, deeply personalized. And this is achieved by processing vast amounts of data and delivering insights directly within the product itself. When AI automates that tedious, often hidden work, employees can then focus on what only people can do, building deeper relationships, innovating, applying complex judgment. Indeed, the world's #1 job site offers a great example of this.
So they're not just recommending jobs based on keywords anymore, but actually explaining why a particular job was recommended to a specific job seeker. That's a huge leap in personalization, isn't it?
It is, precisely. Indeed uses GPT-4o Mini's natural language understanding and data analysis capabilities to shape these personalized why statements in their emails and messages to job seekers. For their popular Invite to Apply feature, AI explains in clear, concise language exactly why a candidate's background, skills, and experience make them a good fit for a particular job. It goes way beyond simple keyword matching.
And did it work?
They rigorously tested this new feature against their previous recommendation engine, and the uplift was significant. A 20% increase in job applications started, and even more impressively, a remarkable 13% uplift in downstream success, meaning job seekers were not only more likely to apply, but also more likely to be hired for jobs identified through this AI-powered matching.
Those numbers scale dramatically when you consider Indeed sends, what, over 20 million messages a month? And they even optimize for efficiency too, right? Not just impact.
They absolutely did. To handle that immense scale and ensure cost-effectiveness, OpenAI and Indeed worked together to fine-tune a smaller GPT model. That model achieved similar impactful results but used 60% fewer tokens. It demonstrates that optimization is absolutely key for enterprise deployment. Chris Hyams, the CEO of Indeed, stated, "We see a lot of opportunity to continue to invest in this new infrastructure in ways that will help us grow revenue." It's really about creating profoundly human outcomes through AI, even at massive scale.
Okay, lesson 3. Start now and invest early. This sounds like that compounding effect we talked about earlier, where early adopters gain a significant lead over time.
It is exactly that principle in action. AI is inherently iterative. The value you derive from it compounds significantly with early adoption and continuous refinement. Klarna, the global payments network famous for its buy now, pay later service, offers a compelling case here.
Right.
They strategically introduced a new AI assistant for customer service. They started relatively small and scaled quickly. Within just a few months, this AI assistant was handling 2/3 of all their service chats.
2/3.
2/3. It cut average resolution times from 11 minutes down to just 2 minutes. And it's projected to deliver an impressive $40 million in profit improvement, all while maintaining human-level customer satisfaction scores.
Wow, 2/3 of all chats automated while retaining customer satisfaction. That's a massive operational and financial impact in a very short time frame.
And this didn't just happen by flipping a switch, right? They continuously tested, gathered feedback, refined the assistant. Just as importantly, 90% of Klarna's employees now use AI daily across various tasks. This fosters organization-wide familiarity, builds an AI-first culture, and dramatically accelerates innovation across the entire company. Sebastian Siemiakowski, Klarna's co-founder and CEO, emphasized, "This AI breakthrough means superior experiences for our customers at better prices, more interesting challenges for our employees, and better returns for our investors." It's really a holistic win.
Lesson 4. Customize and fine-tune your models. This seems like a critical step for maximizing AI's value within a specific organization, tailoring it to unique business needs and data.
It's absolutely crucial for unlocking the deepest value. The enterprises seeing the most profound success are those investing dedicated time and resources in tailoring or fine-tuning AI models to their specific organizational data, their unique language, their operational nuances. Lowe's, the home improvement company, offers a prime example of this.
Okay.
They face significant challenges with e-commerce, search accuracy, and relevance. They have thousands of suppliers, vast product catalogs, and often incomplete or inconsistent product data. Generic AI models just weren't cutting it.
So they use AI to not just understand how shoppers search, but to dramatically improve their internal product tagging and data consistency. That sounds smart.
Yes, precisely. By fine-tuning OpenAI models on their vast internal product data, customer search queries, and proprietary information, Lowe's dramatically improved product tagging accuracy by 20% and error detection within their product catalog by 60%. This directly translated to more accurate search results for customers, reducing frustration and increasing sales.
That's a clear ROI.
Yeah. Nishant Gupta, senior director at Lowe's, expressed the team's excitement. Excitement in the team was palpable when we saw results from fine-tuning GPT 3.5 on our product data. We knew we had a winner on our hands.
That's great. But for listeners who might not be technical, what exactly is fine-tuning? In simple terms, how would you explain it?
Yeah, good question. Think of it like this. A general LLM, like a base GPT model, is a standard, store-bought suit designed to fit many people reasonably well.
Okay.
Then fine-tuning is the process of having that suit custom-tailored precisely to your organization's unique measurements and style. It's how you customize the model to your organization's specific data, your internal terminology, your customer interactions, and your business needs.
Ah, the tailored suit analogy. I like it.
Right. And it matters for several key reasons. It provides significantly improved accuracy by training on your unique proprietary data. It gains deep domain expertise, allowing it to understand industry-specific terminology and nuances. It ensures a consistent tone and style aligned with your brand voice in all its outputs.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it delivers faster and more precise outcomes with less manual editing or oversight required from your team.
That makes it very clear. Okay, lesson 5. Get AI in the hands of experts. This resonates with our earlier super assistant idea, empowering those closest to the action.
It's really a core philosophy for driving widespread adoption and innovation. The employees closest to the actual business processes, the specific problems, the customer interactions, they are, quite simply, best positioned to identify and implement AI-driven solutions. This approach is far more powerful and scalable than trying to build generic solutions from the top down. BBVA, the global banking leader with 125,000 employees, exemplifies this. They thoughtfully rolled out ChatGPT Enterprise globally, working closely with their legal, compliance, and IT security teams to ensure responsible and secure use. Crucially, they then empowered all employees to discover and create their own use cases.
And what was the measurable impact of empowering all those domain experts and employees across the bank to build their own custom AI tools?
The impact was pretty remarkable. In just 5 months, BBVA employees created over 2,900 custom GPTs internally. Some of these reduced project timelines from weeks to mere hours.
Wow, 2,900 GPTs in 5 months.
Yeah. Their credit risk team now uses AI for faster, more accurate creditworthiness determination by analyzing complex financial documents. The legal team uses custom GPTs to answer over 40,000 questions annually on internal policies and compliance, significantly reducing legal review time. Their customer service department automates sentiment analysis of NPS surveys, extracting actionable insights far more quickly.
That's impressive breadth.
It is. Elena Alfaro, head of global AI adoption at BBVA, highlighted, with custom GPTs, anyone can create apps to solve unique problems. It's very easy to start. And as a practical example of how this empowerment translates, ChatGPT's deep research capability, often used by these empowered experts, can synthesize hundreds of online sources for PhD-level reports, saving an average of 4 hours per complex research task internally at BBVA.
That's a powerful model of distributed innovation. It really showcases how expertise combined with accessible AI tools can drive rapid transformation. Okay, lesson 6. Unblock your developers. I can definitely imagine how backlogs and resource constraints can really crush innovation in a fast-moving field like AI.
Oh, absolutely. Developer resources are often the main bottleneck in any organization trying to scale technology, and this is especially true with AI. Building, deploying, maintaining AI applications requires specialized skills and time. It leads to backlogs that slow innovation and limit a company's agility. Mercado Libre, Latin America's largest e-commerce and fintech company, they tackled this challenge head-on with an innovative solution.
What do they do?
They built Verdi, It's a sophisticated development platform layer powered by cutting-edge models like GPT-4o and GPT-4 Mini, specifically designed to help their 17,000 developers unify and accelerate AI app builds across their vast organization.
So Verdi is essentially a platform that makes it easier and faster for their huge developer team to build, iterate, and deploy AI applications at scale. It streamlines the entire AI development lifecycle.
Exactly right. Verdi integrates advanced language models, custom Python nodes, various APIs into a scalable, consistent platform, and it uses natural language as a central interface for developers, which is key. This has dramatically accelerated AI app development and deployment, allowing Mercado Libre employees to achieve stunning results across numerous functions. They improved inventory capacity 100x with AI vision tags, streamlining product cataloging. They achieved nearly 99% accuracy for flagged items in fraud detection. They could customize product descriptions by automatically translating dialects for specific regions. They significantly increased orders by automating review summaries for customers. And they could personalize notifications to users with unprecedented precision.
Wow.
Sebastian Barrios, SVP of Technology at Mercado Libre, noted that Verdi lowers cognitive load and enables the entire organization to iterate, develop, and deploy new innovative solutions with far greater speed and efficiency.
That's a massive impact across so many core business functions, from operations to customer experience. Okay, and finally, lesson 7, set bold automation goals. This sounds like thinking big and not settling for just incremental improvements.
It really is about not accepting inefficient processes as an unchangeable cost of doing business. It's about challenging the status quo and aiming high for what AI can truly automate. OpenAI itself provides a great internal example of this mindset. Their own support teams were initially bogged down by a massive volume of manual tasks, manually accessing different systems, understanding complex customer contexts, crafting personalized responses, then taking various actions across multiple platforms. You get the idea.
So they applied AI to their own internal operations and support workflows, basically dogfooding their own technology.
Yes, precisely. They built a sophisticated internal automation platform on top of their existing workflows, seamlessly integrating with tools like Gmail and their CRM. This platform was designed to instantly access customer data and relevant knowledge articles, draft comprehensive responses, and even trigger automated actions like updating accounts or opening new tickets, all without human intervention for many routine tasks.
And the result?
This platform now handles hundreds of thousands of tasks monthly. It frees support personnel for higher impact, complex problem solving, and unique customer interactions. And this system is now spreading across other internal departments, demonstrating the power of setting bold automation goals from the start and building agents to achieve them.
That's a fantastic real-world internal application, and there's a product called Operator that showcases this agentic approach more broadly, right? As a more general solution?
Yes, Operator is a prime example of this advanced agentic approach that OpenAI is developing and promoting. It leverages its own virtual browser. That means it can navigate the web, click buttons, fill forms, gather data just like human would. This allows it to run complex processes across a wide range of tools and legacy systems without the need for custom API integrations, which are often a huge development bottleneck. Enterprises are using it to automate workflows that previously required significant human intervention or prohibitively complex custom coding. Things like automating comprehensive software testing and QA processes, or updating systems of record on behalf of users by interacting directly with their UIs. The result is true end-to-end automation, boosting efficiency across the enterprise by simulating human interaction with digital interfaces.
That brings us to a really critical point, especially when we talk about sophisticated AI applications like agents that can act independently, guardrails, and human intervention. We're talking about systems that can take actions on our behalf, so how do we ensure they operate safely, predictably, and within defined boundaries?
Yeah, this raises an absolutely essential question. How do you build trust and ensure responsible deployment at scale? Well-designed guardrails are absolutely critical. Their purpose is really twofold. First, managing data privacy risks, preventing things like system prompt leaks or the accidental exposure of sensitive information. And second, managing reputational risks, like enforcing brand-aligned model behavior and preventing the generation of inappropriate content.
Mm.
And importantly, no single guardrail is sufficient. You need a layered defense with multiple specialized guardrails working in concert to create truly resilient agents. This often involves combining LLM-based intelligent checks, rules-based deterministic measures like regex filters, and moderation APIs.
So it's not a one-and-done solution, it's a multifaceted approach, like building a secure fortress around your AI. Can you walk us through the types of specific guardrails involved in this layered defense?
Certainly. First, you often have a relevance classifier. This flags off-topic queries, ensuring the agent stays within its intended scope and doesn't hallucinate or respond inappropriately. For example, if your agent is specifically designed for product returns, it would flag "How tall is the Empire State Building?" as irrelevant, and maybe redirect or explain its
Right.
limitations.
Okay.
Second, a safety classifier. This detects unsafe inputs like sophisticated jailbreaks or prompt injections. These are malicious attempts to trick the AI into revealing its internal instructions or behaving outside its intended parameters.
So it actively tries to catch malicious attempts to trick the AI and protects its core programming.
Exactly. Third, a PII filter. This prevents the unnecessary exposure of personally identifiable information by vetting the model's output for sensitive data like credit card numbers or social security numbers, making sure data privacy is maintained. Fourth, moderation. This flags harmful or inappropriate inputs and outputs, things like hate speech, harassment, violent content to maintain safe and respectful interactions.
Got it.
Fifth, tool safeguards are crucial. They assess the risk level of each tool available to your agent, assigning maybe a low, medium, or high rating based on factors like whether it has read or write access to sensitive systems, whether its actions are reversible, or its potential financial impact. This risk assessment can trigger automated actions, like pausing for human checks before executing high-risk functions, or escalating to a human if needed.
So it's not just about what the AI says, but also what it does and what level of access and impact it has on your systems.
Precisely. Sixth, you have rules-based protections. These are simple, deterministic measures you implement, like block lists for prohibited terms, input length limits, or regex filters to prevent known threats such as SQL injections or other specific attack patterns. And seventh, output validation. This ensures the AI's responses consistently align with your brand values, tone, and factual accuracy requirements through continuous prompt engineering and automated content checks. It prevents outputs that could harm your brand's integrity or lead to misinformation.
That's a comprehensive set of defenses. So how do you actually go about building these guardrails? Is it a one-time deployment, or is it more of an iterative process that evolves with the AI?
Oh, it absolutely is an iterative process. It's definitely not a static solution. You typically start by addressing the most immediate and critical risks you've already identified for your specific use case, usually focusing on data privacy and content safety first.
Right.
Then you continuously layer in additional guardrails as you uncover new vulnerabilities, real-world edge cases, and unexpected failures during testing and early deployment. The heuristic we found most effective is: first, focus intently on data privacy and content safety. Then add new guardrails dynamically based on the real-world edge cases and failures you encounter in production. Finally, you continually optimize for both robust security and a seamless user experience, continually tweaking your guardrails as your agent evolves and its capabilities expand.
How does that work in practice?
Well, the agent's SDK, for instance, often relies on something called optimistic execution. The primary agent proactively generates outputs while the guardrails run concurrently. This allows for speed, but immediately triggers exceptions if any constraints are breached, stopping potentially problematic actions in their tracks.
That's smart, processing concurrently to save time while ensuring safety. But even with all these sophisticated guardrails in place, it sounds like human intervention remains a crucial, maybe non-negotiable safeguard. When should an agent gracefully transfer control to a human rather than just trying to power through a task it's struggling with?
You're absolutely right. Human intervention is a critical safeguard, an indispensable part of a robust AI system. It's especially important early in deployment as it helps identify unforeseen failures, uncover new edge cases, and establish a robust evaluation and feedback cycle without compromising user experience or critical business operations. The agent needs to be designed to gracefully transfer control to a human when it determines it cannot complete a task reliably or safely.
So what does that look like?
In a customer service context, this means escalating to a human agent with full context. For a coding agent, it might mean handing control back to the user, perhaps with a suggested path forward or an explanation of the issue.
And what are the primary most common triggers for that human handoff that businesses should really build into their agent designs?
There are two main categories of triggers we see most often. First, exceeding failure thresholds. This involves setting explicit limits on agent retries or actions within a workflow. If the agent exceeds these predefined limits, for example, failing to understand customer intent after multiple attempts to clarify, or if it encounters a series of unresolvable errors, it automatically escalates to human intervention. This prevents the agent from getting stuck in a loop or causing further user frustration.
Okay, that makes sense. And the second?
Second, and perhaps most critically, high-risk actions. Any action that is sensitive, potentially irreversible, or has high financial or reputational stakes should trigger mandatory human oversight, at least until confidence in the agent's reliability for that specific task grows to an extremely high level.
Can you give examples?
Sure, things like canceling user orders, authorizing large financial refunds, making payments, or interacting with highly sensitive customer data in a right capacity. It's really about ensuring a human is in the loop for the most critical decisions and actions, maintaining that ultimate control.
What an incredible journey we've been on today. We started by really understanding AI's explosive growth and its tangible, quantifiable value for businesses, everything from driving revenue to boosting shareholder returns. We emphasize that this isn't just about efficiency, but about a fundamental shift in how value is created.
Right. And we broke down how to strategically identify those high-impact opportunities, framing AI as that super assistant that excels at tackling repetitive tasks, bridging skill bottlenecks, and navigating ambiguity. We then explored those 6 essential use case primitives that can transform any department, providing that common language for applying AI.
Then we dove deep into building intelligent agents, precisely defining what they are and clarifying when they're the right solution for complex, often unstructured workflows. We explored the foundational elements of agent design, selecting the right models, defining powerful tools that allow AI to actually act in the real world, and crafting those precise, unambiguous instructions.
And we covered sophisticated orchestration patterns, didn't we? From efficient single-agent systems to more complex multi-agent approaches like the manager and decentralized patterns, understanding how to manage complexity and scale your AI deployments effectively. Then, we distilled those invaluable real-world lessons from leading companies on successful enterprise AI adoption.
Lessons like the absolute necessity of rigorous evaluation for building trust, the power of embedding AI directly into your products for enhanced customer experiences, the strategic advantage of early investment for compounding value, and how customizing and fine-tuning your models can dramatically increase their accuracy and impact within your unique organizational context.
We also saw the immense importance of getting accessible AI tools into the hands of your domain experts to foster that distributed innovation, and unblocking your developers to accelerate the creation of new AI applications. All of this while setting truly ambitious automation goals for transformative, not just incremental change. And crucially, we explore the indispensable role of layered guardrails and intelligent human intervention to ensure your AI systems operate safely, predictably, and responsibly.
It's really clear that successful AI deployment thrives on an open, experimental mindset backed by rigorous evaluation, thoughtful strategic alignment, and robust safety guardrails. The companies leading the way aren't just dabbling, they're aligning around high-return use cases, learning, iterating, and then taking that learning into new areas with confidence. The results are undeniable. Faster, more accurate processes, more personalized customer experiences, and ultimately more rewarding work for employees as they shift their focus to the things only people can do best.
Yeah, and we're already seeing a significant shift, aren't we? From automating individual isolated tasks to automating increasingly sophisticated multi-step workflows and even entire complex projects. We're truly preparing for a future where intelligent AI agents can accomplish full projects independently, dynamically, and at scale. It fundamentally redefines efficiency and capability across the enterprise.
So as AI models become ever more capable, this raises a pretty important final question for you to think about. How will businesses rethink not just their existing processes, but the very nature of human AI collaboration to unlock truly unprecedented levels of innovation and efficiency? What new transformative problems will you empower AI to solve next in your organization?